Howdy everybody and welcome back to TCR. My name is JB and for the final time, welcome to the Platinum Division this season. But I'm not on my own. As always, as we see Zandabar going fastest already, I am joined by my fearsome foe of the feline kind. Kitten, how are you, my friend?
Ooh, I am just hanging out in my mom's basement, currently digesting about 3 pounds worth of Burger King. So I have been better, but
commentating on a full stomach is
up.
very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, like that time in Australia when Martin Brundle was eating a sandwich during practice, start of the season. I figured I'd get that out of the way beforehand, as you can tell, we have a wonderful wet qualifying session here, although it does look to be drying out a little bit as the times are falling. It's going to be a little tricky for us to keep up with who's on a hot lap where. I think Dougie's currently on mediums. He might be trying to out-strategize his competition.
Be Good is seriously pushing in the racing point. He goes a little bit wide here in Mexico. But before we do anything else, shall we have a look at those championship standings? Though they don't mean anything today.
They do not mean a gosh darn thing. Yes, we do have a battle for P2, though, after Freeze wrapped it out, as technical difficulties reconnecting to my Wi-Fi on the phone. Couldn't access Discord without it. Yes, Freeze won the championship in Italy, as you may recall. And boom, here we go. Back on it. Double A is currently leading iRoll by 1 point for P2. So whoever gets the best out of this battle, they'll be able to finish with the silver medal behind Freeze this year. Breezy still mathematically has a chance. He's in P4 with 134 points, about 17 points off of iRoll. Xander Martin, P5 with 112, tied with Talon. Dougie only 10 points behind them, despite only racing half the season. Go-To Guy comes in behind Lopez. They're battling out for 8, only 7 points separate those two. Be Good on 73 points in P10, Sequit in P11, GT in P12, Fatal, Professional, Hyper Toasters, Jones, Doth, and Hotbread. Well, Hotbread's actually reserved. So, yeah, there's the full standings. I believe that Red Bull clinched the Constructors last week. And, here we are.
Slightly biased there, seeing as I love Red Bull with the Honda engine.
I mean, Toro Rosso, excuse me.
Oh, Toro Rosso. Well, same team, technically. AlphaTauri now, isn't it?
Yeah. Perhaps next year they'll be able to graduate to Red Bull.
I don't think they want to after the Red Bull this season. Well, Lopez is flying. Though this track, here's a question for you before we get really onto TCR. I thought about this a minute ago. Why don't IndyCar race at this track? Because it's only across the border, like Toronto. Why don't they just race at this track too?
They were actually pretty close to last year. I think IndyCar's still just they're in a prolonged state of not really expanding after they were in really bad shape for a while. Ooh, Lopez, wow, with a 17-6 Oh yeah, these times are dropping by about whoever goes last is gonna get pole.
And I've missed you. B. I'm back from my holidays. Yeah, this is dry weather running now. In the last 2 minutes of the lap, this is whoever gets out and whoever's last across the line has got the best lap time known to man. They are going to get pole position.
Yeah, absolutely. A 16.5, that's nearly pole position from yesterday. I think we're going to see... Not sure who's going to be last. Although Breezy won't be, it looks like, because there's Fatal.
Sauna's in pit lane, so that's last place sorted because he is a reserve, I believe, in the Mercedes.
And it's just Warner coming off a last to first victory yesterday in Mexico. It's his best track, so keep an eye out for him.
I'm just getting pointers for next week when I get to race at Mexico for the first time in about 700 years.
Should be a 2-stop, but I think Lopez is going for a 1-stop with those mediums.
That's a fast lap time, but he won't get another lap time in. He's gonna drop down the field. I reckon he's gonna end up about 9th or 10th, even at best. Hyperdose goes fastest. Double A goes faster.
Double A 14.8. Already beating pole time from yesterday.
This is nasty, the speed that's happening. Lap time here was a 1:15.0.
Here's Be Good. No, it's outlap. Never mind. My bad.
We're looking at Dougie on the stream. He's got a couple of drivers in front of him. That seems to be fatal in the Haas. GTR going up to 2nd place in the Williams. That's what I want to see. And immediately dethroned by Go-To Guy, because the Canadian just cannot let the Americans have it.
I think Breezy is going to be the first one out of everyone on the Flyers right now.
Let's have a look. Where is Joe? Yep, Joe looks to be on the first launch. Then it'll be Joe, then it'll be Fatal, then it'll be Dougie on their lap time. So looking at Breezy in the McLaren, what can that wonderful papaya machine do? Crossing the line, it's 2nd place, not enough for pole. What can Fatal do? It's 5th. And Dougie goes fastest, but that's it for Dougie. People can still improve here, including Go-To Guy, who is going slower. Just a little bit on his lap time, but he's still pushing like a madman in his Alfa Romeo. Oh, the Alfa Sauber's out though. He's cut the corner.
It's Hyper P9.
Iroll's out. Talon, fastest man on track.
Here's Iroll on his 2nd lap. I think he's going to be coming in. He's already.
Iroll is out. He's 6 seconds up. C3.
Yeah, he's got these blinkers on.
C3's running out of electrical power. Running to the line now. It's going to be not provisional pole position. It is 5th place for the champion-elect. Xander, 2 tenths up. Can this be pole position? It's going to be tight. It's just 2 tenths in the last sector. What can the Alfa Sauber do? Throughout the final corner now. Pushing as hard as he can in the machine from Switzerland. And it's 8th. That's it. Whew, that was fun.
I gotta say, not entirely surprised by Talon's pole there. He was dumping in 13.9s in time trial all week long. So yeah, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. But let's see if he can hold on to it for the entirety of the race.
So here are that's my rank standings apparently. Here are the qualifying order for the race. Talon Guy is on pole position ahead of Dougie in P2. Double A is in P3 ahead of Joe Breezy, who's in P4. C3's the champion-elect is in P5 ahead of Go-To Guy, who's in P6. Lion is in P7 and Xandamar is in P8. Jones is in P9. Good qualifying for him to be inside the top 10 ahead of Be Good Fever, who's in P10. Outside the top 10 and with fresh tyres today. Fatal is in P11 ahead of Hypertoaster in P12. Professional is in P13 ahead of iRoll, who's in P14. Secret is in P15. Doff is in P16. P17, I'm not sure who that is. And I think P18 is in fact Sauna.
Ta-ta, yeah. So iRoll's definitely going to be disappointed. He's going to have all the ground to make up down there in P14.
He's way off the mark, and Double A's right up there.
Yeah, I think he just he might have gone out on that hot lap a little too early.
Would you say advantage Renault right now?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think it's much of a question. Double A looks like he's got a race-winning pace, and iRoll is going to be buried back there. Although, I mean, it is quite easy to get a good start and gain quite a few positions.
You certainly can. Especially off the stop. If Paul gets a bad start, we can go 5-6 wide in turn 1.
Yeah.
So what else can happen? Connor in the chat is saying Sauna going from last to P1 for the 2nd time this week. I don't. You know what? That's not a bad shout, but I don't think it'll be P1. I think at most P4. Kitten.
Yeah, P4, P5. I think the pace, as you can see in the just in the qualifying times, is quite a bit faster than the Golden race was yesterday. Although, I mean, it is a tricky track. Plenty of penalties are expected. Track limits are quite harsh around here. Pretty much everywhere you look, it's difficult to corner cut. without getting a warning. As well as the pit lane, 5 seconds. Easy to lock him up, going around a corner. Either hit the wall or speed in the pits. Difficult pit lane to enter into.
Now, onto the formation lap, all the cars clipping in. Are you going to do the national anthem?
Yeah, of course. I would never disrespect my Mexican friends like that.
Alright, well, this will be a first for me. I've never done a commentary session with the national anthem in the background.
I'll play it softly in the background while you go through the running order. Once this ad comes.
Once again, but I'm genuinely embarrassed now. Oh, I'm okay with this. Okay, so the running order here today for 36 laps of racing here in TCR is Talent on P1 ahead of Dougie, who's in P2. Double A is in P3 ahead of Joe Breezy, who's in P4. C3 is in P5 ahead of Go To Go, who's in P6. GTR Lion is in P7 ahead of Zandamar, who's in P8. Jones is in P9 ahead of Be Good in P10. All of those drivers are qualified on the soft tyres, so they'll be having to pit at least twice in this race. Outside of the top 10 is Fatal on fresh mediums ahead of Hypertoaster on softs in P12. In P13 is Professional on mediums, and P14 is iRoll also on the softs. Secret is in P15 ahead of Doff. They are both on the softs. Lopez is in P17, looking to really push hard for his battle for his battle in the championship with the softs in P17. And P18 is the Golden Class champion of this season, Season 8, in P18 Sauna. So, they're coming up to line up to the grid. Are we going to do the full first lap with that?
No. Yeah, there we go.
You have to tell me you like that in the corner, aren't you?
I did one from a boxing match. That's why there was no music in the background, just all audio. A beautiful national anthem they have.
It is. I quite like it. This next to Azerbaijan, I love Azerbaijan because it feels like a battle cry. Nonetheless, though, onto the start here.
Speaking of gladiators.
Well, yeah, they're all about to go nuts into a stadium section. To 5 red lights here for the Platinum Class for the final time. The lights are out and the drivers are flying away. It's a good start from Dougie. Yeah, it's a good start from Dougie in P2. Everyone's fanning out wide. They try and find a little bit of slipstream. And look at that. You see Joe Breezy already pulling alongside. Oh, look at that. Wide. 4 wide into turn 1.
5 wide.
4 wide, where can they go? It's a big contact, Joe Breezy hitting, he's round, he's been caught, luckily he's fine, and double A. Oh, hold on. Something's
Jones
happened.
And Fatal. And Swarner looks like might have...
Everyone's involved, everyone's going mental up here as they break into the second sector, they're cutting across each other, the Williams have touched each other. And they all come through, battling. They're going to have to slow down. Hypertoast has been pushed out wide. Down in P9. iRoll is trying to battle through. He's made around. Zandamar round on lap 1, though. In the Alpha Sauber.
I don't like to see that.
He's going to cut across Fatal's nose. And luckily Fatal is all okay, though, as they come through. Double A, though, the big shocker. He is leading this race now ahead of Dougie Falcons. Hypertoaster cutting a corner and gaining 1 position has been handed a 5-second penalty. Doff is dropping. He looks to have outbroken himself side by side alongside Fatal. What are you looking at, Kip? As they almost touch between Fatal and Doff.
I'm back here as well. I'm trying to check on the damage from that first corner collision. I know Jones has some fairly hefty front wing damage. I think Swarner might have picked some up as well. As he is dropped back to 18th, dead last. Can't quite tell with the camera angles at the moment.
Jones to the inside line. That's an ambitious move there from the McLaren as he tries to overtake Fatal. It hasn't happened though. Oh, Doff! He's been tapped by Xander. Xander's getting his elbows out tonight, is the vegan.
He sure is, and it's tough whenever you ride on board these guys down that second DRS straight. It always looks like there's a bunch of debris flying around, but it's actually just leaves. Always throws me off.
So Fatal and Jones side by side. Jones shafted out a little bit wide now. Jones is on the attacking side of it as he tries to pass the Haas here in P15. He's going to be passed. He is through, and the Haas.
But he's going to be slower with. But he does not have much front downforce right now, and look at him all build up around him. He is missing both front and wing plates.
It must have been contact with Dolph that caused that then.
Yeah, it must have, because I know he lost the right side. He lost the right side on the first corner instead of fatal. Let's see if he pits here.
DRS is now in play. Fatal into pit lane on the third lap of this Grand Prix.
Jones is not going to pit. He's got plenty of... he doesn't have much drag. I'll give him that. He should be pretty quick in a straight line here.
Speaking of pretty quick in a straight line, with DRS now enabled, let's have a bit more fun with the DRS zones opening. They'll be opening at the end of this lap, though, as drivers all get closer to one another to try and get that crucial 1 second gap to open the rear wing up and fly past their opponents. But that comes through.
Correctamundo. Yeah, Correctamundo, JB. We've got Talon trying to stay within striking distance of Dougie, but Double A looks like he's starting to march away with it. Unfortunately for Fatal, I do feel bad because he did start on the mediums. I think he was going for a one-stop. That is probably not going to happen now after starting P11. Yeah, for the most part, this entire grid from third back to 13th are all within 1 second.
Oh, Joe Breezy's round! Joe Breezy's lost the rear end. He managed to catch the car, though, in the stadium section. The worst possible time to lose it, because you need to carry as much speed through the final corner as you can to try and catch up with the driver in front. And he's under some serious pressure, but C3 is also under pressure from Go-To Guy. Let's play with DRS.
Oh boy, look at this train
Joe
going
Breezy,
on.
that's a weaving.
Guy's gonna go with
He can't do anything about that. Go-To's got to bail out. He's going to try and pass the McLaren as best he can. That's an aggressive move there, forced onto the curb by the McLaren. Fernando Alonso-esque defence from Breezy, showing why he's a champion. But Go-To Guy's not going to allow that to phase him.
And look at all these guys from 5th to 9th, just all stacked up in the line.
God, that is Fernando Alonso. Are you sure?
Oh,
That's just Alonso when he fought Hamilton a few years ago, right?
Yeah, I think Breezy's just sick of this Honda engine.
Renault engine in that one. Remember, they're getting murky in a few years. Oh, look forward to that story. Oh, God, his car does not look stable, though, does the 24?
It does not. No, it doesn't. I think he might have burnt off those rears a little bit.
Caught right up to C3. C3 has got some straight line speed. Hypertoaster's in trouble. Hypertoaster's in some serious trouble. Can we catch him? Oh yeah, he's in the wall. He's reversed back onto the racing line. He's going to power back up. And the car is damaged.
Yeah, and there goes his teammate for the day, Swarner, who I think is just going to be biding his time over there. I don't see any damage on his car from that early incident. But he's going to look to kind of pick through.
Joe Breezy, inside line, Daniel Ricciardo-esque move, and there's contact. It's very Daniel Ricciardo-esque move there. Just clipping the rear end of C3's. Jan Zandermark with a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Good Lord, what corner did he cut?
What did he do to get 5 seconds?
Did they just spot him going on the Formula E track there?
Yeah, perhaps he was trying to avoid... I don't know. He might have been trying to avoid...
Did he cut coming into pit lane? He's in pit lane now.
But it would have just said speeding.
Yeah, but if he cut the corner on the entrance into pit lane, I mean.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I've never tried it. And that's going to be Breezy with a 3-second time penalty as well. These are going to start to build up pretty fast and furious. Shout out to Paul Walker, rest in peace.
Secret is looking to overtake Iroll in an opportune place. Iroll cutting across in the braking zone there. And Secret giving a nice nudge saying, well, you can't do that, so I'll nudge you. And they're trying to go side by side into stadium, and that isn't happening.
Yeah, I think Iroll knows that, or he might not know that Double A is in first right now, but he knows he needs to get on that horse. Not a huge interval between himself and the leader.
Two.
If you really think about it, it's only about 9 seconds from Double A to him. So
Lopez considering a dive from the Dominican. The Daredevil cannot shove it up the inside, though. Secret with a time penalty there.
Yeah, there's Secret with a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, these things are gonna add up.
I think if Lopez's normal, I say normal, his biggest chink in his armour has actually been time penalties recently. Good Lord, what is Secret doing? That's an aggressive move there. Didn't pay off.
That was Aggressive move. I thought it actually might work for a second.
He was a little bit
Never
too
seen
far back for my brain. It looked like he clipped his rain light.
Yeah, that's going to let Iroll get a little bit of an advantage. Iroll has some catching up to do to GT, though. Back to 2 seconds now. Can just barely see him on the horizon. It looks like Gotu's finally starting to fall back out of DRS range on Breezy. Now, Breezy's out of DRS.
I'm sensing a 3-car fight into turn 1 in a minute.
Between whomst? Secret Lopez and
Iroll. Well, let's roll on. That's 2. 2 moves there. Is Iroll going to risk a third and risk being done for weaving? Let's see. Secret right up behind him. That is one aggressive move. He's all over the track. He is there. As Secret goes to the inside line. It's a collision course. He hasn't hit him though. Luckily, Secret has not made contact with him. They ghosted just a little bit, and now Lopez has got a better line.
He's gonna get the cleanest line coming out of that corner.
Is he gonna make it? He's
gonna around the outside. Oh, look at Secret.
That was aggressive from the American. The Dominican will complain, and Lopez and Secret bumping his way through. Lopez going, right, okay, I'll get through now. Iroll, you can't get through. Captain Quebec is going to have to drop back. And Captain Quebec does.
Not sure what Iroll is going to be thinking strategy-wise now. He's got to come up with something different to keep himself alive for P2 in the championship.
Whoa, Lopez, good catch!
Just a
Save of the day.
look what he found.
I was thinking, ooh, he's had his Weetabix this morning. God, he's really going for track limits today. Lopez, as I said earlier, his biggest chink in his armour this season has really been track limits and getting penalties. And this race so far, I don't believe he's got any. Joe Breezy can go pit.
Yeah, speeding in the pit lane is going to be pretty common as well. I think there have been a few where it is Iroll's gonna leave the door open for Lopez. I think he knows by now that Lopez is faster in the straight line, with or without the DRS.
Lopez will be ruining that mistake, because that mistake was the thing that cost him potentially passing Secret that time round. One more time now.
Yeah, as Breezy and Gotu have hit the pits, as we saw Breezy with that, Gotu with that speeding. Coming out 13th and 14th behind Swarner back there is Be Good has creeped up on this battle. I'm trying to think of something French to say, but I'm not sure. Bonjour, he says to everybody else.
It was incognito.
Is that French?
It sounds French. Espionage, that's French.
Oh yeah,
espionage agent.
Yes, we know that these that the Racing Points are committing espionage on Lopez and Secret right now.
You can tell that we're very cultured people.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, look at the drive Lopez got out the final corner. Look at the speed.
Yeah, he is just flying in a straight line right now. I don't think there's going to be much of a chance for Secret. He's just going to have to duck in behind there.
Yeah, Secret knows that there's no chance there. He's taking liberties with the curbs, though. Look at the way he's chucking the car over those.
Whoa, look at this. Lopez goes a little bit wide coming out of turn 3.
Lopez likes it out there. He does, but Secret likes it down here.
If you run wide enough, you might be able to, maybe it just won't give you a warning. Didn't think to try that.
Ooh. Questions answered for Season 7.
It's true. Yeah. Well, we didn't race you last year.
Season 7? What am I on about? I'm talking about Season 9.
It's Season 9. Speaking of Season 9, do you know when it starts, JB?
Oh, gosh!
Oh, Secret!
Oh!
Completely trashing my segue. Thank you, Secret.
See, for once it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No
Season
damage.
9 starts February 4th. February 4th for Silver Class. Golden Class starts February 5th. And Platinum Class begins February 6th.
Leaders in AA going for a 2-stop strategy because he's on the softs. Dougie Falcon going on the mediums. Can he make it to the end? Kitten.
No, he can't. He's gonna be throwing those softs on at the end, so it will be interesting to see how much of an advantage AA can get. Because They're soft sorry about a second quicker.
Would you say it would be Meowful? Meowful? Oh, I tried too hard.
It could be Meowful for Double A if he sees Dougie in his mirrors with 2 laps to go.
Questions and answers we will see as the end of this race. C-Freeze with a few time penalties. I believe he's got a time penalty as well. Same as Talon, all having time penalty. I do think the only person that I haven't seen have a time penalty yet is Lopez.
Has Double A got one yet? I'll check.
Potentially. He says that he sounds like a window being washed.
Be good,
Renault.
5 second. Hyper 5 second.
Renault gonna swap positions. Doff's in trouble. Doff losing the rear end in the S's. And I believe the 13 car is going to have to tuck himself back out. Sector 2 yellow flags were waving. I believe that was for Doff himself. And Doff, I think, trying to get out of the way of his teammate a little bit too early, has inevitably gone and nailed himself in the foot a bit.
Double A.
Oh
and
no!
Ooh, what did I miss?
Lopez, a 5-second penalty.
Lopez did not have one.
That's my fault. Double A passing professional. Very simple move. Professionals on 10 lap old mediums and Double A's on 1 lap old softs.
Yeah, unless professionals going for a just complete reverse strategy from what Double A's doing right now. I think he's going to be going to the hards next, just trying to save those extra 24, 25 seconds in the pit lane for that extra stop.
C-Freeze trying to swing around the outside of Dougie Falcons. What can he do? He's going to try it out there, but the Toro Rosso does not get the drive of the Red Bull this time. Or the AlphaTauri. We forget what it's called. The Fatal's in trouble. Fatal has had a spin at turn 1. He's got a 3-second time penalty for cutting turn 2. And onto the drive to turn 4.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Things just going from bad to worse for Fatal, not the way that he wanted to end this season. But
he's struggled in the half this season, hasn't he? He's not enjoyed this.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some strong performances, enough to give him a little bit of confidence going into next year. But yeah, those hard.
Oh, Joe Breezy's round! Joe Breezy's round! Oh, and a big collision! And Talon's out!
Oh no, Talon! Oh no!
Oh, goodness me! Joe Breezy will take that penalty. iRoll is going to be feeling very happy that Joe Breezy ghosted there. It was completely unsighted. Joe Breezy lost the rear end coming into the stadium section. He span across the track. He could not slow the car down. And Talon just hit him.
Yeah, really blind corner right there, pushing it. Yeah, and that's about the way Talon's season's gone. That's a microcosm right there. That is not going to bode well for him here in the
C-Freeze this time to the inside line. Fatal's out of the race. There's contact between C-Freeze and Dougie. Dougie's going to hold it though, and C-Freeze is going to be really frustrated by the Englishman sitting in front of him.
Yeah, Xanamar is technically ahead of Talon Guy on results. Or no, actually he's not. Oh yeah, Talon has a win, so Talon is technically ahead of Xanamar. Xanamar has to finish in the points to beat Talon, but look at him, he is all the way back there in last place.
That's a hard thing to call. Will he have worked that out?
Yeah, it looks like Dougie's going to get past Talon at least. As long as he scores 10 points here. Yeah, Talon might be looking at a P6 instead of a P5. Yeah, that's just a blind corner. He had no idea Breezy was there.
And Joe Breezy couldn't have done anything anyway. The car was not under control at all. Sauna getting out of the way of Dougie, and is Sauna going to stay out of the way of C-Freeze? And C-Freeze going to chuck it inside. He just chooses not to, does Mr. Cool himself. Mr. Cool not looking very cool though in this race.
Maybe he's just deciding to let somebody else have some shine. He wants to. He might be luring Double A into a false sense of security for next season.
Oh, Dougie's seriously getting held up by his teammate now.
Yeah, but remember, professionals racing Swarner, so he can't just pull over in this section to let him by.
So the question will be asked, who does what? And Dougie's right up his teammate's arse. Oh, excuse me. And there'll be questions with, yeah, well, here comes the question. Multi-21, and Multi-21 succeeded, and Sauna's in trouble! Sauna shafted off the track by Seafreeze. He's come back onto the road to fight back against the American driver.
He almost lost it.
Whoa.
He went opposite lock in first gear going around that hairpin in the stadium, almost collected Freeze at the apex. Boy, that was sure Freeze is probably saying some Italian gibberish into his mic right now.
I don't think it's Italian gibberish. I think it's very full red-blooded American. Jones in trouble as you see Sauna braking early. Jones in serious trouble now, I believe. No, it's not Jones. It's Xander. Xander's got no front wing. His rear end is lit up. And I believe that's his chances of beating Talon all but over today.
Yeah, I think Xander might be the odd man out.
He's crashed himself out.
Battle for 5th place.
He's crashed himself out.
Looks like his throttle stuck, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be, barring anything unforeseen for Dougie, I think that's going to be P7 of the championship for Xander this year.
I wonder what Xandamar does, because he doesn't eat meat. So I wonder if Xandamar has like a... Does he have a particular food that he eats after it? I mean, particularly, when I've had a bad race, I like to have a burger, just to try and cheer me up. You can't be sad when eating a burger.
No, you can't unless you eat too much of it.
Oops, forgot about that bit. That's not a picking holes at all. I genuinely am curious to see if Xandamar being vegan, if he has any if he has a comfort food, a go-to food. I don't know much about veganism, to be completely honest. I'm quite the moron. Professional getting well in the way of Seafreeze, even more in the way now as he taps his rear end just a little bit. The 22 car is going to have to drop ahead of the number 6, and the number 6 is going to have to do his best to defend from Go-To Guy, and we know that Sauna's heading to pit lane of that lap. Go-To Guy is going to try going around the outside of the Red Bull. What can he do?
Ooh,
guiding him. He's good, they're helping each other.
It's going to be Go-To Guy almost spinning. These guys are going for it. You can't leave much out there in the final race. Got to get it all off your chest. Last
race of the day. What can you do? These cars won't be seen until February, and by then the team will have reassembled them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, all the teams are going to be working hard over Christmas break. They don't get holidays. His professionals doing a good job at holding everybody up for his teammate.
We have a line from Talon. I went out this season like I came in. Lol. FML.
Oh, sorry for your luck, Talon. That's tough.
Nah, there's nothing you can do about that, Talon. You really can't.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Talon, he has to go back. Yeah, it's going to be easy enough. He's got way more traction coming.
He didn't really need to cut across him like that. That was nasty. Because there comes Lopez to the inside line, and Dougie's going to think, oh, that's a bit mean.
Yeah, just taking the air out of him. I think Go-To Guy didn't forget that hard racing going into this portion of the track last lap.
The 21 car right on the back of I can't remember what Go-To Guy's number is. I think he's 48, as he locks up just a little bit coming into this miniature stadium section. Then powering in towards the long S's. Hyper Toaster out of the race in sector 3. He's really struggled this time round in the Mercedes.
Yeah, pretty quick, but good to hear that he's re-upping for next year. Just got a lot of pace. Not sure how much league racing he does, but he's had a couple of decent races.
Is he signed up for the trials? Is he? I saw the trials were coming up.
Yeah, trials will be in January at some point. We're going to do our best to stream that in the off-season for everybody. I think we should have a few spots available. Swarner obviously has clinched a spot in Platinum class due to him winning the Golden Championship. But yeah, aside from that, we'll see who can make it. Spring training.
Interesting for the new drivers who want to come and have a look at the new cars. As we see Lopez pushing hard, looking to the inside line, and Go-To Guy decides not to, does the Daredevil Dominican. I changed it from the Daring Dominican. I think Daredevil seems better.
The Daredevil Dominican?
Yeah, I quite like Daredevil. He's got little horns, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Speaking for once,
Lopez,
he's got his out today. Look at that.
Ooh, and gets a little bit of oversteer coming in. Yeah, those softs are going to be crazy right now. As Go-To fights back.
Leave him space, and he has the first of 43. I knew it was something 40.
Well done. Is Lopez going to take it?
Oh, he could complain he was off the track there. He could.
Yeah, Lopez does just really want by him on these softs. These softs are going to give up pretty soon. And he's going to have to throw on another set of mediums as we've got another caution.
I think it's Dolph.
Yeah, I think Dove lost it. I'm not sure if he was involved with Professional there. It looks like Professional may have stuck it out a little too long. He is on the hard, so he's going for the one stop, the only one in the field with a one stop. Swarner has switched from a medium to hard strategy to a medium soft, and he will be flying towards the end of this race.
Lopez this time is going to look to the outside line. To the inside line. Bits flying off the car. That's a leaf. Leave me alone, trees. And go to guy. Oh, this time there's no oversteer. This time Lopez's car is on rails like Marc Marquez on his motorbike in MotoGP.
And Alex Marquez.
Oh, don't get me started. He broke the 2019 bike, and Marc Marquez broke the 2020 bike.
We're a tag team.
I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that.
What? I mean, he's won back-to-back Moto2 championships. I'm not sure.
No, I'm talking about getting his brother a drive. He clearly
he can do whatever. What are you going to do? Tell him to walk?
No, I think he should have gone to a different team, but that's just me. I'm just a grumpy old man.
It's a family affair. Let the Spaniards have their fun.
Yeah,
25% in that race. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's true.
Carlos Sainz could have all the fun he wants because he drives a McLaren.
True, yeah. Ron Dennis ain't walking through that door. Seafreeze is getting the DRS on Dougie. And is he going to try a late move here? Dougie later on the brakes. Is he going to have enough? Yeah, I think Dougie's going to get his elbows out just a little bit going around in between turns 2 and 3. So Freeze is looking a little bit racier than Dougie is right now, both on the same strategy, opposite of AA.
I made a very loud click there with my controller. I do apologise.
Oh, that's fine.
I've got one earphone off because it's late, so I've got to have one earphone off so I don't deafen myself and make people wake up, because this is not my normal habitat. Seafreeze though, right on the back. Well, right on the back is not really the term now. He's going to be under pressure soon from Lopez if he can't get through. Lopez, who is flying, Lopez will be seen to pit lane, I think, in the next 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, I would say probably somewhere between 1 and 3 laps to go on those. Softs on that second stint, depending on how many sets they used in qualifying, might have been scrubbed already.
Whoa, Seafreeze losing the rear end.
Huge bit of oversteer there. He's still going to have DRS. I think Freeze is running less wing than Dougie is anyways. Let's see if we can do it again.
Not this time. Not now.
But Dougie is using a lot of his ERS to stay ahead of Seafreeze on these straights. As Freeze looks like he might have jumped that chicane there.
He's seriously pressurising him, is the Toro Rosso. Yeah. Mr. Cool to the outside line on the English Flyer, and the English Flyer is going to have to drop behind if he's not careful, and he's going to muster his way through. There's a big bout of contact. He's knocked him wide. He should lift off and then back through. Does he? He does not, because today it's Mr. Cool is saying that I'm going to force you off, and I'm going to be mean today.
Yeah, and this could be the battle for the win right here. If that gap for AA looks like it's starting to come down now, even though these guys are battling each other. Those softs are probably about to give up on them.
Yeah, they're close. They must be close. Let's have a look at the race leader. Ooh, that's Understeer City, and he's in the pit lane. That's why. It's getting a bit dark here, though, Kitten, isn't it?
It is. I mean, we did see the weather report, and it was going to be a dry race, but it does look a bit...
Lopez pit lane.
Overcast. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be held for 5 seconds as well.
Yeah, there AA is?
No, Lopez.
Oh, Lopez. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I was watching AA there. Yeah, Double A's going to come out on those mediums. Seafreeze and Dougie should have probably about 3 more laps to go before they decide to switch on. It might end up being a battle of an undercut versus an overcut between these two. I
Double
think
A.
Dougie's going to have to.
Double A's come out right
What?
behind Joe Breezy. Joe Breezy having to overtake him. Iroll and Joe Breezy having their own private battle right now. Double A's deciding, okay, well, I'll come out pit lane. I'm not going to hang around. I'm going to go play with you guys.
What does... yeah, Iroll's going to have to pit again as well, so it does look like Iroll...
Oh, Double A, that's a silly move. Very silly move there from the Hungarian-born Canadian driver. I don't really agree with that. He had most of the car off the track, just forcing his way through on Joe Breezy.
Oof, I'm just not sure that he knows that Iroll needs to pit again. He might just see Iroll and realize that he has to get past him to finish, get that P2 in the championship.
Well, we've seen this before from Double A. He doesn't like to be behind drivers. We saw it in Monaco.
Yeah, he does get a little aggressive whenever he's getting held up.
He's gonna be quicker on the straight.
Iroll's specialty.
But Iroll does like to play fast and loose with the whole weaving rule, especially on this straight, doesn't he?
He sure does. I mean, hey,
not this time though.
He's gonna let him by.
Intriguing that there was no moment there where he even attempted to defend. Oh. Is that a possible Quebec captain if we get moving to Renault next season? Ooh, questions.
I know that they are fans of, he and Beagood are fans of the big French manufacturer, but they might like themselves, might like being in Team Stroll. Not sure, Quebec class like to stick together.
The Stroll-mobile, just strolling on. Oh, Joe Breezy's really, really struggling today in the McLaren.
Yeah, he's going to be lucky just to get points with the amount of... He spun once, he's almost spun multiple times.
Got caught in a big crash.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a rear wing thing or what, but his car just does not seem that stable.
No, he's seesawing that steering wheel more than you seesaw it when you're trying to battle your sister. I don't know where I was going with that one, but look, see, there you go. He's just kicking the rear end out. He's like Colin McRae right now. He just cannot control the car. That's a better one than
Carlos Sainz.
No, he's not Spanish. Trying to go to the outside line. No, decides not to the inside line. The Quebecian is going to have to try it around the outside of Captain America. Captain America under pressure. I'm just nicknaming every driver at this point. And they're going to try and get through. And that's not going to happen, though. Captain Quebec versus Captain America.
Yeah, it's like the French, Canadian, American war all over them.
I can't say I'm totally familiar with that one, but I have heard of it. Good lord, how close do you want to get there, Iroll?
Yeah, I think Breezy's getting a move on it now. He does have quite a few penalties, at least 9 seconds worth of penalties for Breezy so far. I'm not sure if that's going to stick. I think Iroll... I haven't seen Iroll get too many, but I might be wrong. And if you're right on board with Iroll, that is one thing you can do. That's why I mentioned coming out of turn 3. Whenever Lopez is running so wide, you can run wide enough coming out of the S's that it does not give you a penalty. It automatically assumes that you made a mistake. Oh, commentator curse as Iroll cuts into the stadium section.
So right now, Dougie is overhauling Zandamar in the championship, and I believe right now Double A is overtaking someone as well.
Well, Double A was technically still in the lead over Iroll, but yeah, Double A is... it looks like he's heading towards a bit of a comfortable P2 in the championship over Iroll. Make no bones about it, still a pretty good performance from Iroll, P3. If we were doing fantasy predictions prior to the season, I don't think too many people would have had Iroll in P3. I think I probably would have put him more in that P6, P8 range, but good season.
He's improved a lot. I mean, I was here last season, and I enjoyed watching Iroll, but he seemed to be quite, well, he even said it himself, he's quite the centre of controversy with the elbows out. I know that's even more penalties for Breezy. But he has, I believe he's matured quite a little bit on the track recently and tried to stay out of as many trouble as he can, but he still has that fighting spirit that makes him so entertaining to watch.
Yeah, definitely an animator of TCR. I would say that's a French word, I believe. Typically
Joe Breezy
used
pit lane.
But yeah, definitely, definitely just a really solid season. That win in Baku is one of the drives of the year for me. No mistakes whatsoever from all day long.
Oh, it's all gone worse for McLaren. Joe Breezy with a 5-second hold in pit lane before the softs were strapped on. He will not drop. Well, he will drop out the points. I do apologise, but he will not go any further than P10. Actually, no, I stand corrected. It will be P12.
Yeah, and what do we know what happened to Secret? I feel like Secret's just completely.
He just come out of pit lane. Like... Well, a few laps ago. Speaking of which, he just passed someone. The professional. Professional's hard tyre gamble really is not paying off in this race, is it?
I don't think so. I think he may. I understand why he didn't want to spend too much time on the hards, but I think he may have overcooked those mediums just a little too much at the start of the race.
That is a shame to say as we look at the Red Bull of the professional 007 himself. Mr. Bond, no, like, he is only the professional.
That Go-To is the first of these medium runners, currently running first, second, and third. Your preemptive top 4 to throw on these medium or to take these softs to the end. These guys are. This is a Mexican duel between, or is it a Mexican standoff between Seafreeze and Dougie Falcons right now? Seeing who the first to budge is going to be on these softs.
I think, realistically, it has to be Dougie. Dougie has to be the one to pull the trigger first, because he's racing AA. He's got to get the most out of those soft tyres at the right time to pass AA in this crucial final third of the race.
Yeah, and with
Joe Breezy,
the gap that Freeze has been able to build, where's he at?
Professional to the outside line on the McLaren. It's not going to work. The Honda power unit doing its best, but it's going to be contact if they're not careful. It's a collision course, and there it is.
Yeah.
And look who's come to play. It's Be Good.
Be Good saying bonjour once again.
Came to say hello.
Professional.
Hello to the professional, ladies and gentlemen, the season 8 rear wheel of the professional.
Yeah. One Direction to Quebec City.
Oh, contacts!
That's an end plate. That is not a leaf. That is an end plate.
That is very much a piece of carbon fibre.
And now Swarner's going to be on that back end of him.
Oh, that's destroyed Vigo's race. And you can't really blame him. The professional is on hard tyres and he just couldn't get the turn in. Oh, is he being clipped? I think he has. Sauna, the golden champion, is not really making the most golden moves today, is he?
Not quite. I think he got caught up in that first corner incident. I think that kind of messed up his race. The mediums to start off with usually doesn't work out that great either. You might have
Secret's out. Secret crashing on the straight.
Hmm?
He crashed on the straight of the DRS straight. Look on Jones. Hopefully he's still there. He's literally crashed into the wall.
No, he's going to be gone by. He's going to be gone by then. Jones is
either no, he just came out of pit lane, so it can't be a no. Sorry, he hasn't just come out of pit lane, but he can't have been a puncher. But it looks like maybe over DRS it's opened and he's had a wiggle and he's just hit the grass and crashed. What on earth is going on there? We were as confused as we were when Talon pulled off in qualifying back at the TCR Grand Prix. Check that out. That was a great race.
Yeah, hopefully we do that again in Season 9, which starts on February 4th through 6th. It's a Tuesday through Thursday once again for Silver, Gold, and Platinum.
I'm pushing for it to be at Silverstone this year.
I think Monaco is just so ridiculously, unsuitable for these cars that it just kind of makes the best happen. It makes it fun as Goatse's not going to have a problem on Lopez there.
Lopez knows where he wants to be. Yeah. I think he wants to be on the podium. He's not a million miles away. Remember, Seafreeze and Dougie haven't stopped yet. It's not miles away.
It's not, but I mean, once these guys throw on the softs, I have a feeling they're going to be flying. As Double A is down to within, what's that?
But
It's
will they
3.5
stop?
seconds.
Will they
Maybe
stop though?
not.
Look. Because look at the lap counter. We're only on lap 28 out of 36. We're not far away from the end at all. I'd say risk it. Risk it for a biscuit. Particularly a custard cream.
Yeah, that is a... You know, I think you mentioned that when they first pit. I haven't seen anybody this week go that far on mediums, but if they feel obliged, I still think Double A is going to at least catch Dougie.
Oh, he's going to be very close. I think C3s may just be out of reach for the charging Hungarian-Canadian driver. I love like to say some random things, and obviously you just think, okay, he's British, but a custard cream is a brilliant biscuit.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. It's biscuit.
Aren't you guys called
with
cookies
custard
biscuits?
Yeah.
So it's a cookie?
In a way, yeah, it's a savoury treat. Professional defensively to the inside line, trying to defend from Biga, but Biga's got the straight on speed, especially with the broken front wing. Ah, thank you, Connor. I've just been informed that Joe Breezy and Secret made contact. So Captain America making contact with Secret. Then that, I don't know. That is the second collision that Joe Breezy's been in. Joe Breezy might be getting put on the naughty step soon. Oh god, even more! There it is!
I am currently looking through here, looking for penalties.
No, a custard cream is a savoury treat with 2 pieces of biscuit, which is like a cookie. I guess you Americans would call it that. With custard in the middle, a thin layer of custard, and then they're pushed together in a sandwich formation. It's absolutely brilliant. Best piece of British culture I could ever give you. Have a custard cream. It's absolutely brilliant.
Better than Cadbury eggs?
I don't like them, so yeah.
I don't really either. They have those here too.
Yeah, I've been to the Cadbury's factory actually. When I was a wee lad, I was. Second 2 yellow flags. I think that's. Oh goodness me, was that Dougie? There was someone in that vicinity. Oh, hold on, was it Doff? Because Jones has suddenly caught up massively towards Doff. Lopez dropping further back to GTR. So Lopez's race starting to go a little bit backwards to the fast starters.
I think Doff pit again to throw on softs. Not sure what the thought process behind that was entirely. As it stands now, I think, looking at it, Swarner does have the fastest lap if these guys do intend to go the distance on the mediums.
I think that's how it's going to go, to be honest, because what's the worst that could happen right now? For one, Joe Breezy is going to get disqualified if he's not careful. I think the cock of the course is about to hang that black flag out and just go, you, 24, get in. What's the worst that's going to happen there? No, we haven't. Well, not an in-game DQ.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There was a particular yellow
is actually
car that
almost,
was DQ'd.
Double A is almost within DRS here. I think he's going to be able to get Dougie.
I do agree. I think
he's just kind of running away with it here. I'm not sure how he got such an advantage, but as we were just watching the rest of the action unfold, Freeze just kind of ran away with it.
I think Dougie was going to battle Double A. He's got the straight line speed. It's this section here that we just went through the S's. The horrendous, almost like I call them more C curbs because they are almost completely horseshoe shaped curbs, where you really are going to suffer through that.
Especially when the mediums are as old as they are for these guys.
The line of wear on Dougie's tyres is so detrimental. It looks as bad as a sunburnt man's face. And now Double A looking to... This is going to be a very simple move here. Yeah. And Dougie is going to be as slow as my grandma with an anchor.
Hate to see it. But,
that's a nice new one, isn't it?
Yeah, I did just look up Race Tractor. None of these guys have time penalties right now, but it seems like Freeze is on the thinnest of ice. I think he has 2 warnings, whereas the rest of the guys only have 1.
Somehow I don't foresee that being a problem. 6.5 seconds. Hold on. Actually, I stand correct. That can be made up in this time. Doff, the time penalty. I think Doff will be quite disappointed to be 12th right now. He's had some brilliant racing recently. Professional looking to the inside line on Be Good once more. And the professional trying to make a clean cut move, like sealing the deal. And he has sealed the deal this time. Shake hands all side round. Oh no, the deal's falling through because here comes Be Good towards the inside line, which is going to turn to the outside line into this corner, and the Red Bull is going to have to stay ahead though on the brakes, and the Racing Point cannot get through. He's becoming a bit of a nuisance for the guys who want to be in 10th.
He is, but he's determined to get a point right now with those
Dougie's
hards.
Dougie's made a mistake. He knows he's made a mistake.
I think he knows that he can probably get fastest lap and eclipse go-to guy.
Oh, there it is! C3's now with a time penalty for...
And that might be all the incentive Double A needs to kind of go balls to the wall for the rest of this race. Not to watch that gap, we need to watch 3 seconds. So if he can get within 3 seconds, Double A may just win this race.
We know there's history between these two. Again, Monaco.
It's true. It's true.
Be Good Fever, putting pressure on it. God, I believe that's Doff. No, it is Doff. Sorry, Doff's in the barrier. Doff's in the wall. The number 13 Renault is he beached?
Oh,
no, he's
Double
not.
A just barely missed him.
Get moving.
Missed him coming to that S section. Towards the end of that S section, looks like he might have just grabbed a little too much curb.
Yeah, so Professional is now behind Be Good Fever though, and the Racing Point is moving forward. And the gap at the top is coming onto the penultimate lap. Second to last lap of the race is 5.8. He's got about 2 seconds, and Joe Breezy has got about 3 more added to his. Joe Breezy is going to be the man with the most penalties on planet Earth today.
Yeah, he's racking up more charges than
Maldonado.
Yeah, or I was trying to think of Ted Bundy.
I'll allow it. I will allow it. Love it.
Yeah,
let that sink in.
Yeah, I think as much as Professional wants to get by all these guys, he's gonna just send it on Be Good right here.
Oh, I do apologise that we missed that. Oh, I was too busy laughing. Be Good is really going to put on the pressure. It's not that funny, that's the thing.
I don't think it's going to matter, though, for... it's not really going to matter because Be Good...
Where did Dove come through there? Oh, he's lapped.
Yeah, he just put again. I think he wants the fastest lap.
He did have a knackered front nose, didn't he?
Yeah. So I think he's going to go for it on the last lap. But whoever finishes 11th here, is probably going to get into points because Breezy definitely has more than about 17, 18 seconds.
What's the limit? Is it 20? Is it 20 seconds worth of penalties? Then they get removed from the track.
You can get 20. I think it's like 32 or something like
that. He's going to be pushing the envelope on that one. You know what would be even more funny if Joe Breezy messaged me after the end of the show saying, "I actually really hate Ryan Hunter-Reay in Captain America, so please don't call me that."
Yeah, he's kind of boring.
But Ryan Hunter-Reay has his time. He's good for the brand, isn't he?
Good for the brand, absolutely good for the brand. As Double A has closed it down. 4 seconds now as we enter the final lap. 3.7 as he clears the stadium section. 3.5. Freeze is going to be working.
Oh, he's in some serious trouble.
He is going to be working. You can see the lines on his on those medium tires. 27 laps on Double A. Is going to have a bit of an advantage, you have to think, through the more technical sections of the circuit.
B has just jumped in to give me a hand, as always. Hello, B. Saying that the limit is 40 minutes of penalties.
The race lasts about 35 minutes. It'll be 40 minutes. You got
Jones with a time penalty.
So in the YouTube comments, everybody watching, let us know how many penalties you think Breezy has accrued. How many seconds worth?
Not long to find out, though. Oh,
the winner
is now within the limit.
And he's got ERS to burn, and Freeze has lost it.
Oh, it's happened.
I think he's got a puncture. That left rear is gone. Yeah, the left rear is gone.
Flat tyre for the Toro Rosso. That means drama. It's 27 laps is now the limit. Thank you for that. As AA now comes through the stadium section. Today it's all for you, the Hungarian-born Canadian driver. He's going to win the race, the final race of Season 8. It goes to Renault.
Could GT possibly snag another podium here?
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love that. C3 is finishing in P3 now with his puncture. Where's GT? GT side by side. He's going to finish. Oh, just ahead of Dougie. He'll take pride in that one. Lopez out.
Oh, Lopez out. Where did he?
Where?
Oh, he lost
At the end.
On the line. That is the line right there.
Oh, no. Heartbreak.
And I roll up into P6. Swarner up into P7 with the fastest lap, I think. Yeah, Swarner's still with the fastest lap. Breezy in P8. Let's see where
Breezy's going to be in Australia. Let's be honest. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, barring everyone else's penalties, though, so they might have loads of penalties as well. Jones will finish in P11. He'll have no idea how that happened. My goodness me, what a dramatic end. C3's tyre letting go, still with a podium, though.
28 laps on the mediums.
Oh,
we thought we learned our lesson from Dougie in France, getting that flat on the final lap.
We have a note from Lopez in the Discord saying he dropped his controller. And that's why you should buy the Fanatec steering wheel through the TCR link.
Boy, he has got some. He must have some sweaty hands.
Well, he hasn't exactly been cool this race, has he? He's been really going for it.
Oh man, we're just still waiting on Jones to finish. He's gonna just boogie on across the line in 11.
Winner, chicken dinner. AA takes the final win of the Season 8 calendar. And for the final time, in 2019, we will see people on the podium. What a strike for Canada to get a 1-2.
Yeah, no, they may have won the Battle of the Countries.
The Nations Cup.
The Nations Cup, yes. But this is not sailing. This is proper racing.
I think I've seen the Nations Cup in real life. I can't remember. So,
sleep pretty quick.
Barring any out-of-game steward reports, and there might be a few, let's have a look at the finishing results. AA finished in P1 ahead of Go-To-Guy in P2 and C3's a miserable P3 after a puncture, but improving on his position, race up in P5. Lion, well done for him for finishing in P4 ahead of Dougie Falcon, who finished in P5, and Irol, who finished in P6. Sauna doing well for the back of the grid in P7 ahead of Joe Breezy with 21 seconds worth of penalties to his name, plus a couple of stop-goes in P8. Beagle Fever finishing in P9 and Professional finishing out in P10. Outside of the points, Jones finishing in P11 and Dolph finishing in P13, a lap down. Drivers who didn't finish this race were an incredibly long list of drivers who we didn't make it to this time round, including Lopez, Sequit, and a few other friendly faces, including Talon.
Yes, and to add insult to injury, that means Lopez has dropped to P9 in the championship. Go-To Guy with his second place will surpass him in the final standings. Go-To Guy, best finish of the season for him, only his second podium. But a fourth win for AA. Second in a row, coming off of another win in just last week in United States. And who could forget, he won on track in Montreal. So a North American sweep for AA.
Well done to AA in the Renault, but now we can relax. And I think it's time to have a little bit of a chat about this season, if we can remember most of it. So I'm going to get the Champions car on here just for a few moments. We can have this chat. This has been a really good season.
It has. I mean, for Freeze wrapping it up with 3 races to go, it really has been pretty action-packed everywhere else. You got some new guys. Dougie obviously coming in, mixing things up. Lopez with a couple of good finishes. Fatal with a couple of good finishes. Jones maybe leaving a little bit to be desired. GT had a podium. Sequit came in, won his first race in Monaco. Yeah, lots of talking points. And I'm quite frankly excited to see what next year holds.
Most definitely. Any particular thing that stands out for you this season?
Well, if I had to say anything, I mean, this was AA's first season of actually league racing. And for him to nab 4 wins, 5 of them on track, obviously wound up finishing, I think, 3rd in Canada due to a penalty. But pretty excited to see what he can do next year. I mean, I'm running through his results right now. 2-13, he crashed fighting for the lead with Seafreeze in Australia. DNF, second in Singapore, he missed England. 10th, missed. 4th, 7th, 1st, DNF, missed. So, clean up a little bit, and, we might have quite the extravagant season next year. Throw in Breezy being a little bit more consistent. Hopefully, we had to move mid-season. I've never moved houses before, but I can imagine that would cut into your practice time.
And I think the McLaren car just was pretty bad this season if you look at Jones's poor results. But that's not down to Jones himself. Let's blame the car, because Jones is a very good friend.
There you go, friend of the program. I roll in P3 in the championship. Who would have guessed? Talon with bad luck all the way through. Xander
Talon with bad luck. That's become the title of this whole season. Yeah, because we were rooting him through the entire season long.
That's true. I mean, whenever he wasn't getting stuck behind Iroll, he was crashing into something. But even on top of that, you've still got. I mean, you got Lopez might be able to make a move back up. Go-to guy won the championship just 2 seasons ago in season 6. I mean, it's going to be a loaded grid next year.
I'm looking forward to next year.
I wish I could just snap my fingers and have it be February 6th, where we kick off the Platinum season. Scheduled TBA. But, yeah.
So keep an eye on the TCR social media, the Instagram, the Twitter, the website itself. Keep an eye on there. And I think we'll be having a few more conversations about other things. And you never know, you might see me and Kitten returning in the off-season for more chats with more drivers.
We should be doing some stuff, especially with the preseason testing. I don't think they've made up their minds, but I'm certainly down for an F2 championship or some sort of classic cars championship in the off season.
I want the F2 because my highlight this year was actually a non-championship race. Was the F2 tribute to Antoine Hubert this season we did. I commentated it 40% on my own because the guy who was with me, I think his internet glitched out. But no, I loved doing that. I'm all for doing F2. Because I know all the cars. I know an absolute nut ton about F2, so I'm all for that. Management, listen to commentator.
Yeah, and shout out to Ralph Beauchamp. Thanks for watching.
Oh, well, I don't know. He just lost his driving trident, so he isn't watching.
I mean, he doesn't have anything else to do, does he?
I'll tell you why in a bit. Nonetheless, though, this has been a thrilling season. 15 races in TCR. I've very much enjoyed my first permanent season as commentator. Hopefully, if they can stand me for another season, they'll call me back for season 9. But Kitten, it has been a pleasure, my good sir.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thankfully, I'm no longer suspended. Wrapping up this season, not suspended from broadcasting, so that's a positive on my end. Yeah, all said and done, bring it on next year. I'm pretty fired up.
Bring on season 9. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this entire season in the Platinum class. My name is JB, and I've been taking you through most of our races, barring 2, this year, alongside various of my co-commentators. Thank you, all of you who came to join me in the commentary box. Thank you to all the drivers in TCR that came to sit here and watch the streams and to watch it. Make sure, though, you check out the Fanatec link that will be in the description at the end of the stream after YouTubers and all of their YouTubey jazz. And we will see you next time on February. What was it again? February 6th?
February 6th is the kickoff of Platinum. February 4th will be the kickoff for all things TCR, starting with the Silver class. February 5th will be Golden class. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Same time, same place. You know what to do. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell.
What else are you going to do? We'll see you in a year. Ta-ra, guys!